So I wanted to tell you the story. When I was younger, I would frequent a beach, okay, in Mexico. When I was younger, I would go with my tata. We would go out there to Mexico, and just, my brother and my sister, and my mom and my grandmother. Anyway, we would go out there, and we'd meet up with relatives, and they would take us to the beach, and we would go out there and we would go swimming, and I would feel the beach sand under my feet and hit the salt water, the beach and stuff, and I'd be swimming, having a good time. And anyway, I just wanted to say that this was one of the last times that I remember going to that beach. And we were leaving the beach, okay? And it was sad because I kept looking back at the beach and just saying, I love you, I love the beach, I love the ocean, And, like my relatives, they had a beach house out there, 2-story beach house, and I still remember it a little bit. All made out of wood, and stuff like that. They had a big shark skeleton, and jaws looking thing. And it was really cool, and it since the last time I had gone there, at this moment, it's under like 100 feet of ocean water right now, because back then it was not, it was, the ocean had receded, and so they were able to build a beach house. But now the beach house is underwater. It's under about 100 feet of ocean water right now. And so, but I used to swim right there a lot. But anyway, so we're leaving, right? And as we were leaving, I remember just always looking back, like almost crying, like I miss you, I miss the beach, I love you, and it was real sentimental. And it was so freaking hot outside, and I was thirsty as hell, and I kept telling everybody, give me something to drink, give me something to drink. Now, keep in mind that I did not feel like I was dehydrated, okay? I was not hallucinating, okay? I did not feel sick in any way. I felt good. And everyone around me is like, I know, they're like, hold on, we're going to get some water, man. We got to drive about 20 miles first, And keep in mind that there was like a line of cars just to get out, and it was taking a very long time. But I remember looking back at the ocean, and I saw what looked like a hump, a big hump in the ocean. It was like a hump, like a hill, okay, like a huge hump, like a hill. And I said to myself, okay, there's no submarines that look like that. There's no boats that look like that. There are no such thing as floating hills. And so I said, the first thing that came into my mind was, it's a dinosaur. It's a water dinosaur. But I don't see a head. I did not see a head sticking out of the water in front of it, or a long neck. But I did see the hump. And the hump was so huge. It must have been, it was probably about 70 feet high above the water. That was freaking huge from the distance that I was at. And I said to myself, this is a huge, hump. It's a huge hump sticking out of the ocean. And it was moving, okay? It was moving with a speed of about 20 up to 20 miles an hour. Maybe 15 to 20 miles an hour. And it was moving. It was definitely moving. And the sad thing is we started to move. And so I started, and I remember telling everybody, look at, you see that? You see that? They're like, I can't see it. I can't see it. And then some of the guys were saying, yes, I do see it. I see it. They were saying, I see that. And I'm like, you see that? Other people were seeing what I was seeing. A giant hump just moving. And this, I believe, in my opinion, was a modern dinosaur. It was a modern water dinosaur. And it was either that or it was so powerful, the window of the past that we were looking into, it could have been so powerful, the energy there, that we were all able to, some of us were able to see that, a dinosaur from the past. Or it could have been a real dinosaur. And I told everybody, I said, can I go back? I said, let's go back, please. I want to get closer. I want to go back over there to see what that is. And I knew that that was not going to happen. You know, there's cars behind us. They want to go, and we're going, and we're definitely not going back over there. So it was definitely one of those situations where, you know, the scientific part of my mind and my body was not going to be able to experience what that looked like close up, because everybody was just in a rush to leave. And I felt so damn bad, and I said, who is ever going to believe me that I saw, me and a few other people saw what could have been a modern dinosaur, or we could have saw a dinosaur from the past, like the Loch Ness Monster. You know, it was one of those big giant dinosaurs which has fins. And I'm thinking to myself, that's what it is. And deep my gut, inside, deep down inside, I know that it was a dinosaur. I know it was. Whether it was a modern one or whether we were looking through a window into the past. One thing that I knew for sure is we were looking at a modern dinosaur. And it was a Loch Ness Monster type dinosaur. And I forgot the name. I think it's called a Plagiosaurus or Pladia whatever saurus. Something saurus. But I think it starts with a P. But it's one of those giant dinosaurs. But it was like a whale-like dinosaur. But it had a giant hump. A huge hump. Okay? And obviously his head was underwater. And in order for him... you see, what I believe is that the distance that he was at from the actual sand on the beach was not very far away. He was only like, as soon as everybody left the beach, it's as if the dinosaur started swimming towards where we were at. Okay, and obviously its fins or whatever was touching the sand on the shallow floor of the ocean water. Okay, so he was almost about to beach himself because he was really close to the sand, and that's from the distance, that's what I could, you know, discern from my scientific view of the distance and the optics of my vision, from what I could see of that dinosaur and his distance from the sand on the beach and the actual ocean water itself. And so he was really close. You know, I was afraid that he was probably going to beach himself, you know, like he was going to get trapped on the sand. But it seems like he was like crawling, I think. You know, he was crawling to move on the sand, almost as if he's trying to see if we left anything behind, like food or something, you know. And he was just curious, I guess, to see if we left anything behind. And I'm looking at this giant dinosaur in this hump, and I'm telling everybody, what the hell is the matter with you people? There is a giant dinosaur right where we were at in the water. And some of the people that I was with, you know, these Mexican kids, I'm telling them in Spanish, and they're like, I don't know, you know, yeah, look it, you know. And I'm like, what do you mean, look it? I'm like, this is the greatest scientific discovery since man landed on the moon, you know. But to them, it's like, oh, you know, it's you know, it's no big deal, you know. They spoke about it like they see it all the time, you know. That's the way they sounded. But for me, it's like, well, you know, you got to excuse me, but I don't see dinosaurs every day. So pardon my excitement. So anyway, I thought I'd tell you guys that I potentially saw a real life dinosaur. And that's a story that has stayed with me for the longest time. And I don't know I think I told my whole family about it, but I think it probably went in one ear and out the other. But I want the world to know this story. Okay. Good night. Bye. Thank you.